Welcome everybody to the FA Trophy final. Yes, the FA Cup of the non-league. We are on our way to League 2. Can we go out with a league and cup double? Would be absolutely sensational to win this trophy. I do not ever want to come back to the Vanarama National League, so this is going to be our one and only opportunity to lift this trophy. It would be just the cherry on the cake for this season. But I have to tell you, I'm a little bit worried. We had a team meeting with the squad, and I suggested that they should give their best and hopefully come back with the trophy. And they were very, very negative about it. They thought I was putting pressure on them. There was a lot of red mood swings. So we may not be going into this in the best of minds, and also perhaps not in the best of form, because since you were last here, we lost at home to Dagenham and Redbridge. And I did say at the start of last episode, I did say the run-in was harder than maybe people were thinking. With the points total that we've had this season, all the big teams that we've beaten, you could be fooled into thinking that it would just be a straightforward finish to the season. I kind of knew that we were playing some tough games, and Dagenham and Redbridge are a real bogey team for us. And you can see in this game, I did make a few changes. We had a number of players that were booking away from a suspension. I didn't want to risk them with the FA Trophy final coming up. So Liam Gibbs did not play, Pablo Martinez did not play, Agyapong did not play. But it was largely as strong a team as I could put out. And as you can see here, Dagenham and Redbridge had far more shots than us, although they didn't have as many shots on target. But they did have, quite significantly, the higher XG. They made the better chances, and they took them. It was 1-0 to them at half-time. James Price got what looked like was going to be the equaliser. And as we pushed for a winner, we conceded in the 81st minute from Brady. Our 6th defeat of the season, and that was a real shame because we are just 2 points away from a National League record for a season. We have 103 points, the record is 104, and we have got to play 6th place Stockport in our final game. That is going to be really, really difficult. Stockport away from home. So, I mean, they could even move into 5th place before that game. They are going to be a real tough away game. You can see Dagenham and Redbridge are there in 8th. They are just a point off the playoffs. They are still in with a chance of qualifying for the playoffs on the final day. It's. I knew it was a tough run-in. But still disappointed to lose that game. But yeah, it is what it is. Fortunately, we are already up. It was so important to get that job done in the Yeovil away game, which obviously we did. It just took all the pressure off. And now, although I do want to win every game, obviously it doesn't matter, so we'll get over it. But nice to see James Price here is back in the top scorer slot for the league. Hopefully he can get a couple on the final day against Stockport and just confirm himself as the Golden Boot winner for this season. That would be absolutely wonderful for him. But yeah, let's get into this game. Like I say, we had a disastrous team meeting, which I think probably hands some initiative to Torquay, and with Torquay going really well in a playoff spot, they've had a really good second half of the season. I think they might fancy their chances after watching us against Dagenham and Redbridge. This is the way I've decided to line up for this game. With Staunton playing very poorly against Dagenham and Redbridge, I've decided to give Sam Ling the go at right back. He is in very good form, a 7.24 rating in his last 5 games. Look, Pablo Martinez and Scott Wilson are the defenders, and with Matonda being injured for the rest of the season, unfortunately, Jack Sparks is going to play left back. Now, he had a bit of a disastrous game against Dagenham and Redbridge there, but I mean, he's been doing a job there all season, so I'm going to have confidence in him. Yeah, hopefully they can't take too much advantage of that. Yeah, unfortunately, David Tatonda, he got a fractured toe, and so that leaves him out another 2 weeks. That means his season is over. So unfortunate for David Tatonda. I'm not going to renew his contract. He's 32. He is declining. We are going to need League 2 standard players next season. So no farewell performance from David Tatonda, and no FA Trophy final appearance. And the same here, unfortunately, for Corey Roberts. He is suspended today. He cannot play. He's going out of contract at the end of the season at Port Vale. I am going to try and get him in on a free transfer. I think it'd be a really good squad player and a really good right back option for next season. Our right back options are Josh Staunton, our captain, who is obviously 32 years old himself now. He could probably do a job in League 2, but he is not the standard that you want if you are thinking of competing for promotion, I don't think. And Sam Ling is now 31. Do I keep him around? I mean, he's very cheap. He's got another season on his contract. Again, he's a good solid option, but is he, if we're thinking of now trying to shoot up the leagues, is he a promotion option? So we'll see about that. But anyway, so there's the defence. In midfield, we've got Agupong and Sheringham. Really good to have our first choice midfielders in. Liam Gibbs at number 10, Thomas Hughes on the left wing, our top assister for the season. The fact that Thomas Hughes has got 16 assists and is our top assister, it kind of shows the decline of Liam Gibbs over the course of the last couple of seasons. He's now what I would term kind of an average League 2 midfielder. He's still got 10 assists and 4 goals, I guess, but yeah, I think this might be kind of his signing off appearance as well. Will probably just be a squad player for next season. Duffus and Price up front. On the bench, we've got the 7 subs: Gabadavo, Josh Staunton, Sharif, Fran Hodgin. Colwill is our attacking option because Kadamatri is also injured, unfortunately. He's coming back in 3 days' time. I guess, I mean, if we really needed him to, he could probably play some minutes today. But I don't know, do I want to risk him? He's been a decent option off the bench and an option to fill in through the season. So, I don't know, maybe we could bring him in instead of Colwill. I think I'm going to do it just because it's a final. And Goma doesn't make the squad, but Mikhail and Albi Bekja do. Albi Bekja, I've been really pleased with the appearance he has made. He is not going to be good enough for League 2, I don't think. But it's been nice for him to kind of get some appearances and kind of prove his worth this season. So that's how we're going into this. Let's submit that team, and then we are going to be making some big tactical adjustments for their formation because they play that Chelsea 3-4-2-1 formation, I believe. Let's have a quick look and confirm that. It might be more of a 3-4-1-2 perhaps, but yeah, we are going to need to kind of look at that. But it gives us the advantage of when we've played this formation before, of really utilising our wing backs, really getting the ball out to them and getting them forward. So I'm going to pull Sheringham back into a defensive midfield position. And if we look, let's confirm, have they got one number 10? Yeah, they're playing a number 10 behind 2 strikers. So Sheringham is going to be marking there on Lemon High Evans. And Gibbs will therefore have to come back into the midfield when we don't have the ball. We've played it so much through the season. We know how it works. I'm going to get Duffus on their left wing back. Thomas Hughes on their right wing back. and that is going to completely free up our own fullbacks to really hopefully make the difference in this game. So what I am going to do is overlap on both sides, and I'm going to play out to defence. Now I want to play out to the defence there because obviously we want to get it into those fullbacks. I'm going to go extremely wide, just and play out to those fullbacks, just relying on the fact that they are going to be coming through the middle, and they really don't have enough players there to, I hope, deal with our overlaps. Now, yeah, we are not the most motivated after that disastrous team meeting. Now, do I go with the assistant here in the team talk? This is a day for the supporters as much as anyone else. I know how the players in Football Manager couldn't give a monkeys about the supporters. What do we do? Let's have a look. Go on, I'll go with it. I'll trust you, even though I know the outcome. I'll trust Mr. Llewellyn. Yeah, there you go. Just as I thought. Right, I have faith in you. Make a difference. There you go. Let's try and save it. So the players, well, an acceptable team talk, right? There you go. Wembley Stadium. There are 19,000 in the stadium for today's game. It should be a huge payday for us. 50% of 19,000. Torquay have lost their last two, which hopefully bodes well for us. Lots of empty seats, but yeah, it is easily the biggest crowd we are going to have played in front of all season long. And of course, at the end of today's game, we really want to look at the finances, because this game should be saving us from our debt. We have spent 7 years in debt, or 6.5 years maybe. Excuse me as I need to cough there, as they shoot over the bar in the first highlight, and they're getting all the highlights at the moment. Let's go attacking, and let's demand more from the players. Let's see how they respond to that. Yeah, so we have been in debt for nearly 7 years, and I expect with today's game, coupled with our FA Cup run and a little bit of help with the board earlier in the season, I expect today's game to get us out of debt and into the black for the first time in a long time, which is going to be fantastic. Can we hopefully add, as Agyapong really has a go from range there. Hasn't scored many this season, but that was nice to see. Yeah, we should be in the black by the end of today's game, and hopefully we can get the winner's money as well, which would be awesome. And that could just give us a decent base to start life in League 2. All right, let's concentrate on the game here. Here I am talking about money, and we've got a cup to win. Nice little bit of possession here, and out to Sparks, where we know we've got the advantage there. I may put the fullbacks on attacking mentality, and Agyapong gets in. And Samuel Agyapong, for only his 4th of the season, we really haven't seen many of those runs from midfield. He is a box-to-box midfielder in his role, but to be honest, his attacking understanding doesn't really lend him much to that. But on a huge day, he has come up with the goods. A great run, breaking from midfield, and he has made the difference early on here. This is fantastic. 1-0 up in our first ever appearance at Wembley, but they now have a free kick, and Sparky heads it off the line, and it's over on the rebound. Well done, Sparky. That was a huge moment maybe, and we are 1-0 up at the break. They will perhaps feel a little bit hard done by. They've had more shots but less on target. I'm going to tell them not to be complacent. They do respond well to that, fortunately. Let's get into the second half. I'm going to keep the same team, the same system. It's a really tightly poised game, and they get a corner here. We miss the header. Are they going to be able to get that ball back in? Berry, Lewis, Borman, and he puts it wide. A big moment there, as we now get the chance from the next highlight. Gibbs looking for Price, but Campbell read it. And they are now on the break. And Wilson has been beaten in the air. That is absolutely horrific from Wilson. And what a finish from Okeke. What a finish. Oh no, Wilson. That is Wilson. Ah, channeling my inner Tom Hanks there. But it doesn't make me feel any better. And they are now looking the better team. Let's demand more from the players here. What can I change? It's been a disappointing performance from James Price, but there's no way I'm taking him off. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop running at the defence, and I'm going to look to hit early crosses and get in behind their back three. And I'm going to give the players permission to be more expressive as well. And let's see if that can turn this game around. It looks like not for the first time this season we could be ending up going into... oh no. Hughes is going to be sent off. Oh man. Oh, Thomas Hughes, what are you doing to me? Ah. Now, in theory, we can deal with this. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move Gibbs out wide. And I'm going to make him mark the right wing back. Oh no, I can't, because he's marking their central midfielder, isn't he? Well, I mean, Sparky is going to pick up their right wing back when he comes forward, hopefully. So I'm not going to make any changes right now. The only thing I'm going to do is not overlap. Do I want... Oh... Alright, yeah, we're not going to overlap, and I'm going to go to a balanced mentality. And I'm going to see if we can still make this work. But you have to say we're up against it now. Oh, Thomas Hughes, what are you doing to me? Pricey, looking for Duffus, but not finding him. And they now get the chance to attack again, and another ball over the top has absolutely done us. This time it's Martinez getting done by it there. Do I drop back the defensive line a little bit? I'm going to demand more again. And we are just battling for our lives here. Are we just trying to get through to penalties at this point? Another chance for them. Martinez this time reads it well, but the clearance is absolutely abysmal. And it's in on the right with Jackman. Lewis putting it in again. Wilson this time heads it away. He gets to it again, and Sparky can't get to the second ball. But he is onto it now. Can he set Price away maybe? And Sparky all on his own down that left wing now without Hughes. But Agyapong can find Duffus, and his pace just gets him in, and he's won a penalty. James Price with the chance to win the FA trophy maybe, against all the odds after that sending off, and he's missed it. I don't believe it. Oh, Pricey. Pricey has had an abysmal game. And what do we do here? Can we get something off this throw? Sparky will get it in, but there's nobody there where he delivers it. Right, let's make changes here as we go towards the end of the game. Duffus is shattered. I'm going to bring him off. Who have we got on the bench that can take a penalty? I'm trying to think. I think what I'm probably going to do is bring Duffus off Fran Hodgin. I might leave Fran Hodgin as the pressing forward there. He has done it. He has got the characteristics. Now Sheringham is on a booking and he's very tired. He's got 7 penalty taking. What has Lamine Sharif got? So he's got 7 penalty taken as well. I think I'm going to make that change just to get fresh legs on and get that booking off the pitch as well. So those are 2 of our 3 changes. I'm going to leave it at that right now. Scott Wilson at the back is absolutely dead on his feet as we go towards the end of the game. Just put a little bit of time wasting on. And we've still got 30 minutes to play here. We are going to be really up against it, aren't we? We've actually performed well since the sending off. Let's see if the players can just really come together and just dig something out here. Keep working hard in extra time. There you go. The players at least are motivated now. And yeah, what else can I say? What else can I say? What else can I do? We've just got to see if we can get through this and get the victory against the odds now. Torquay have got to fancy their chances as Borman manages to get that header down in front of Martinez, and Okeke has put it wide. We live another day. We managed to breathe again. Let's encourage the players here. They've responded really well to that. Sparky with the throw. Wilson dead on his feet. Do I take him off or do I make changes in another area? Jackman in down the right hand side for them, and Okeke is free and he's put another one wide. We are living so dangerously here. That is a real let off. And we are into the second half of extra time. And let's have a look. Let's pause things here and let's have a look at what options I've got on the bench in terms of penalty taking. I've got one change left. Albi Betcher takes a horrible penalty. Marinos Mikhail also takes a horrible penalty. Bailey Taikadamatri, I'm pretty sure, takes a horrible penalty. He does. So that leaves us Josh Staunton, the captain. He might be our best option for taking a penalty. And Gabadebo, I'm sure, takes a terrible penalty as well. He does. So let's get Josh Staunton in. Who do I do it for? I mean, Sam Ling would be the natural one. He's got 4 penalty taking. What kind of penalty does Wilson take? It's slightly better. I'm just going to get Wilson to the end of the game. Sam Ling off, Josh Staunton on. And that just gives us a slightly better situation for penalties. Let's get the captain on here to hopefully play a part in lifting the trophy. Let's demand more from the players. They've kind of responded well, and I'm going to go full out time wasting now. We're going to hold shape, slow the game down, and yeah, I will leave it at that. And I think we're looking at penalties, which I guess, having been a man down since the 67th minute, we've got to be happy enough with, haven't we? So I mean, I was going to say I've got 2 decent penalty takers on the field. I haven't, because Thomas Hughes has got sent off. So we've got Gibbs, Hodgin. Sparky has taken a few penalties this season. He's done well. I'm going to make Josh Staunton the captain, the 5th penalty taker. See if that might end up being significant. Let's get Pablo Martinez in at 7. And that leaves us Agyapong and Scott Wilson. Oh dear. Alright, team talk. Alright, let's go on, let's go with our assistant. Stay calm and back yourselves. Go on, I have faith in you. Go out and be a difference maker. Now, we have won penalty shootouts this season, and at our level, no one is really that good at penalties. So hopefully the fact that in theory our penalty takers are pretty poor is not going to count for much. So James Price, who could have won the cup in regular time from the penalty spot, does now score. I would have loved for it to have been the other one. Lewis has missed. It's blasted over the bar. And can Gibbo give us the advantage in the shootout? He can't. Oh my goodness, Gibbo. The non-league Iniesta. Evans for Torquay. It's another miss and another chance for us. Obviously, we can't let it get to the stage where we get to the end of the team, because we would lose by default as Hodgin puts his away. Nice and confident there from Hodgin. And Francis, under real pressure from them now, can really make himself a hero. He can. And we've got the chance to win the FA Trophy here. And have we got stuck here? We haven't. Sparky with the chance to win the cup. Come on, Sparky. Come on, Sparky. No messing about. He's done it. It's the double winners, AFC Rushden and Diamonds. Double winners this season. Wow, it was a dramatic one, wasn't it? We had to fight for our lives to get through to penalties. And we have ended up lifting the trophy against all the odds. Fantastic stuff. There it is. We are FA Trophy winners and Vanarama National League champions. We never got a trophy lift for the Vanarama National League, so to lift a trophy at Wembley, without question, this is the biggest day in the club's history. FA Trophy champions, absolutely delighted, playing in the National Stadium. You could argue we maybe didn't deserve it. It wasn't a great performance. We've been kind of stuttering towards the end of the season, but I'm not complaining. We have got a trophy. There you go. You deserve to celebrate, lads. Strangely, no one's reacting that ecstatically. There you go. Well, what can you say? What a way to end the season. Now, all I do want to do is hopefully win that final game of the season and break the points record. That would just top everything off. In the big scheme of things, it's not really that important. I'm not going to worry if we don't. It would just be something that would be nice to do. But yeah, there we go. Who is Dale McLeod? He is a very, very good player. He is actually a wonder kid who is on loan at Cardiff in League One at the moment. I've been scouting him. I've got him on my shortlist, but I don't think he's going to be someone that we would be able to get for a long while yet. Yeah, there you go. AFC Rushden and Diamonds lift the FA Trophy. What a finish to the season this has been. And we get £60,000. We get £60,000 plus the gate receipts. That is absolutely fantastic. We are indeed celebrating a double. We are league and cup winners as we go up to League Two. Absolutely fantastic season. And again, just remember, it all started because we had to chop £2,000 off of the wage budget. £2,000 a week at the start of the season. I thought we were going to be really struggling, but somehow we have managed to put together this incredible Championship and FA Trophy winning team. Just, you love to see it. Let's now finish off here, just clicking on the finances. And we are now nearly 80,000 in the black. That is beautiful. We got 174,000 in gate receipts this month, which has been lovely. I don't know how much of that was from the FA Trophy final, but that's obviously been fantastic. And a £60,000 winners prize. That is absolutely awesome. And really, I mean, it just I think what I am going to need to do is try to see if the board will improve any of the club's infrastructure. I think in terms of transfers, I'm going to have to continue with a free transfer policy. But maybe we can get the board to improve some of the facilities, because we've got terrible training facilities, terrible youth facilities. We haven't been able to do any infrastructure planning for the future. So hopefully now we can kind of get into that. What am I going to do now at the end of this episode? I am going to come back just for the end of the next game. We are going to be taking on, of course, Stockport away in the final game. I will come back for the end of that, just so you can see if we manage to break the points record for the season. But then after that, the next episode will be the season review, when we will look at everything that has gone on. And I'm going to do a bonus end of season episode this season, because I haven't looked around the rest of the football world for 3 years now. So we will do a bonus episode where we will have a look all the way up the English pyramid over the last 3 years and around Europe, and see what's been going on at all levels. So yeah, there you go. I will be back in a little while for the end of the Stockport game, and you will see if we've managed to pull out a decent performance or not, and if we've managed to break that points record. Just a quick update for you before we get into the Stockport game. Paul Braithwaite is the only player we've signed from the youth intake this season. Yeah, he's not up to much. I know last season we didn't talk about the youth intake at all. I think we signed just one player last season as well. He's a left back. He's 16. If he develops, I mean, he might turn into something, but he's only got 2-star potential, so it looks unlikely. But he's the only one we offered a contract to. I think for next season, we're going to want to get a head of youth development in and start just paying a little bit more interest to the youth development program, try and improve the youth facilities. But yeah, our youth system is still not up to much at all. So yeah, just a little update there, but don't expect to be seeing much of Paul Braithwaite in the future. The rest of the youth team finished 3rd in their league this season. They did actually win it last season, but it's really just down to the quality of 18-year-olds, 17 and 18-year-olds that we sign from other clubs each summer, rather than our own youth system. So yeah, there you go. Just a little bit of an update for you before we head into that last game of the season. There you go. We did lose our final game of the season. Unfortunately, we have just run out of gas in the last month of the season, but you know, we got the job done, didn't we? We haven't broken the Vanarama National League points record, which is disappointing. But I mean, we've finished 6 points clear of Notts County, who are an excellent team. James Price, you can see, finished level with Danny Lambert for the top scorer award in the league. So I guess it will be decided there on who got more assists, something like that. So I guess we'll find out if James Price got the golden boot. Joshua Duffus ended up 3rd place in the average ratings. He is a candidate to win player of the season. We'll see if he gets that. I think it would be nice if one of our players was to win that, seeing as how we have won the league with more than 100 points. But yeah, there you go. Things kind of died out to end the season, didn't they? A little bit disappointing, those final games. But yeah, we were just running on fumes by the end of the season. Is there anything here about James Price? There's not. I guess that will be announced a little bit later on after the playoffs finish as to who is the golden boot winner. But yeah, there we go. That's the end of the season. We are the champions. We are double winners. So even if we've lost our last 2 league games of the season, we shouldn't be too down about it. There was a sending off in this game, by the way. James Sheringham was sent off in the 50th minute. We were already 1 down by that point. We weren't playing well. We didn't have in this game. We did not have a single highlighted shot at goal. So we can't really complain. But yeah, we are champions. That is all that matters. I'm going to go back to the league table because that makes me feel better. The next episode will be the end of season review. We'll look back on a historic season for the club. We are now a Football League team. We are FA Trophy winners. We've got lots to be happy about, but I think there will have to be lots of changes if we are to compete towards the top of League 2 next season. There are, of course, 3 promotion places in League 2, 3 automatic promotion places, plus playoffs. So there's real scope to get straight up through the leagues now, but we are definitely going to need to improve things, and we will talk all about what we are going to do with the squad and the team in the next episode. For now, let's just bask in the glory of that league table and the fact that we are FA Trophy winners. You can see Gloucester have missed out, so there is no chance of continuing our rivalry next season. Torquay unfortunately missed out at the end of the season as well, as did Eastleigh. Dagenham and Redbridge sneaking in, and Stockport finishing 6th there. So the playoffs are going to be very interesting. Notts County and Crawley, obviously the favourites, but I think that's going to be a big test for those teams in the playoffs. We'll leave it there for now. I'll see you on the next episode for the end of season review. Please drop a like on the video, help us to grow. If you are not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And I will see you next time, because things now are really starting to heat up as we move into the Football League. Thanks for watching Dog Turds into Diamonds, and bye for now. See you next time.